Down. Stay. Girl. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. Out. Out. Good girl. Out. Good. Heel. Good. Sit. Down. Stay. Okay. Good girl. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Out. Out. Good. Down. Good girl. Stay. Good. Heel. So see with the turns, how she stays in this heel position, so she's not crossing here. So if you're doing a turn right before the turn, or she's a little bit ahead, you just give a little bit of like backward leash pressure. Girl. Okay. And then with the tug, it's like you want to make this fun and interesting for her. So when she grabs this, you can be very animated with this as far as giving little pops to it, you know, letting her know she's doing good. The out, you can give her a little bit of time. So I'll give her like 2 outs at the most, because it really is such high drive at that time. Good girl. Good girl. But you want to be careful with this, because if she misses this, she can accidentally, you know, get you, right? Out. Good out. Good girl. All right, so you see I waited a little bit on that, so you're not saying anything else. So I'd give another one and then give a little pop on the leash, all right, for her to out that. Good girl. So this is where we're combining obedience and play at the same time. And this is something she really, really likes, you know? So we want it in a more structured way instead of doing this to the couch and furniture. Heel. Good girl. Down. Stay. And you see I have my treat pouch on me, so I have food in here. If I want to use that, you'll still be working, leave it. You'll still be working on your leave it with her all the time. Because it's become very big learned behavior with her as far as going to chew on anything and everything at any given time. So you never want to have her in any situation where you don't have her on something where you're able to enforce that. That's the biggest problem that dog owners run into, is that when they teach dogs something, they have no way to enforce what they say. So they start saying different things, or they can't really follow through and showing the dog what we want. So always have her set up on something so you can enforce what it is that you want from her. Okay. Good girl. That's a good girl. And if she's giving you a little time, you can always swap for food. All right, with the out at first. Out. Good girl. Good out. Sit. We'll take it down. All right, so it's just holding the food, saying the out once she lets it go, and then you give her the piece of food. If she's really intense on this, and you give a pop too hard on the collar, she can actually try and redirect on the leash. All right, so this is stuff too that I really go over at the lesson, so I'll show you this with you guys. Stay. And just because you're moving this doesn't mean she can come get this. Good. So when you use this, like you want to kind of, you see like I'm pulling it back as she's about to go get it. We can also too like attach this to the flirt pole, so you'll like let her miss it as she's just about to get it, like whip it out of the way. You know, so you can do a couple of those, build up a little bit more frustration. Okay, so miss, let her get it, good girl. Miss, good girl, good girl. So you don't want to have this right in front of you, because if she misses, she can accidentally grab your shirt, which you don't want happening. Good girl. And this tires her out really fast. So you do this like obedience / play session with her in the morning, 15-minute session, and you get her nice and tired. Girl, out. My is my no. All right, so you saw that one. She was still holding on to the bottom of it. Good girl. Heel. Good. Good girl. Sit. We'll take it down. Good girl. So that's the walking heel. This is bringing it into heel position. Heel. All the way back, forward, automatic sit, and then you'd start your walking. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. Very good. Good girl. And this is good for her, this toy, when you know, she's around things, because she gets either very overstimulated by things or a little unsure about things. So loud cars, hearing people talking, children. These are all things I just see with her here. Certain noises. So this is good to help her confidence building and not to be so concerned about those things or overstimulated by those things. Out. So we stop moving it then. We don't want it to be interesting at that point. There's our no. Out. Not moving. Good girl. All right, so you never want to give that third one. You give her the second one, and then you can give a little pop on that just to remind her. All right. Girl. Heel. Turn. Good. And the heels, you want to practice like a figure 8, right? So you're practicing your inward turns, your outward turns. You're sitting and then giving her her release. All right. Whoop, she got confused there. Good. Down. Stay. We can let her know she's doing good on her stay. Good. Come. Yeah, good. Good. Heel. Good. Good girl. Sit. Good. All right. Good. Okay. Good. All right, so you saw like the bunch of commands I just did with her. Then I gave her okay, and then it was like 3 pieces of food. So I'm always changing the amount of food that I'm giving her. Right? It could be 1 piece, it could be 5 piece, it could be 3 piece, but we're not letting her know when, right? So we want her working where she knows the food's going to come, but she's just not sure when. Or it could be the tug to drain energy from her. So we just never want her to be able to predict what it is we're going to do. Otherwise, it's not mentally stimulating for her anymore or mentally challenging. So you always just want to change up the pattern and routine, you know, even just within this 15-minute sessions that you're doing with her. All right, so that was a good example just to show you how we use the tug. So we can combine the play, something she loves to do a lot, which is obviously chew on things, you know, and the biting and shaking, all that. And then, or without that, how we're just, you know, using a very, you know, gradual, like frequency of reward. So we're not rewarding her all the time right now. Commands, so pee and poop on command when you bring her out in the yard, just to that one spot. You don't want her going everywhere where there's stuff where she can chew. And just make sure anytime that you have her out, you know, if you have her out on a walk and you're talking to someone, just have the leash short enough, not to where it's tight, but where if she goes to put her head down, she's gonna like pop herself on the leash, okay? And you guys just make sure you stay in touch with me with any questions that you do have. So this way, if you're not sure about any little thing, you know, we make sure you're on the right track. And like I mentioned today, is that we could do virtual lessons too, if we have, you know, have a hard time meeting up or getting everybody together. All right.